Hi there, this is Love Johar. Thank you so much for tuning into this video and thank you so much for watching this channel. A very important video for all of you out there if you are new to the ISO 27001 world. This video will be very useful to you if you are starting your journey in ISO 27001. We will discuss about the frequently asked questions. We will also discuss about implementation related questions and we will also discuss specific questions in this video. Please watch carefully and as always if you have any comments you can follow up later on in the comment section and I'll be more than happy to respond back. So let's get started. So first of all, let us get started with what is ISO 27001. So ISO 27001 is nothing but the international standard which specifies the requirements for an information security management system. It helps you organize the ISMS within your organization. It helps you establish the ISMS. It helps you maintain the ISMS, implement the ISMS, and continually improve the information security posture. How it does that is because it has standard clauses and set of controls that allow you, that guide you, that actually direct you to make sure that whatever is being established is being implemented properly and is maintained and continue to improve. Okay, so the standard is designed in such a way that you will get all these details once you start to implement the standard. Okay, now, why is it important? Why is ISO 27001 so important? Why is it globally recognized? Why is it the number one standard for information security in terms of any organization, be it a cloud organization or non-cloud organization or any service provider who is offering services as well? Why is ISO 27001 so important? Because it is a single standard which demonstrates an organization's commitment to information security and data protection. Because if you have implemented ISO 27001, then you will have established trust with your stakeholders and it will help you opening door to the new business opportunities. Okay, and of course at the same time, since you have implemented, if you have implemented properly, then it will also help you mitigate the security risk, reduce data breaches, and comply with various regulations as well. Why? Because most of the controls which are laid out in ISO 27001 are overlapping in terms of implementation of other regulations like HIPAA, like GDPR. So different controls are there. So you might see some sort of overlapping. So as a starting point, that's why many companies implement ISO 27001 as a starting point. What are the benefits of getting certified? Certification ensures a structured and systematic approach for information security, because if you are not getting certified, then it will not make any sense. So you need to get certified in order to make sure that you get proper recognition for the certification of ISO 27001. So certification again is voluntary. If you are a very small organization and you do not want to go for such certification, absolutely up to you. There is no absolute requirement that you have to go for it. If you are implementing ISO 27001 internally, within a small scope, within a small, let's say, a defined scope, and not in an entire organization, then of course there is no need to have a certification as well. So because you are in the business and some organizations or your prospective clients or your prospective partners might require it, that's why it is good to have the certification as well. Okay, so after that, let us understand implementation related questions. What are the key steps for implementing ISO 27001? Very important step to start from is gap analysis. Why gap analysis? And again, you have many videos on this channel which you can go through for gap analysis. I have created a lot of videos on gap analysis, so you can refer them in case of any doubts. Gap analysis gives you a starting point, whether you have implemented the control listed down already or not, what sort of controls are already in place. Gap analysis gives you a good understanding of where the current organization structure stands in terms of information security. After that, you develop an ISMS policy, because this will be the guiding framework, the guiding, policy for all the implementation that will be done. And after that, you go for identifying risks and implementing controls. Risk identification is very important. You make sure that you identify the risk, you define your risk appetite, you define your risk tolerance, you understand what sort of risks are acceptable to the organization and what sort of risks are not acceptable, and what is the plan of risk remediation, as well as what are the different types of risk treatments that you can do. All this will cover under risk management. After that, you implement controls. So in order to make sure that the organization is safeguarded properly in terms of information security, you have to implement controls as well, very important. And then you go for training the employees, because employee is the weakest link in any organization. So you have to make sure all your employees are trained properly, and they do not click on any phishing links in their emails by any chance, by accident. And they also follow all the security protocols which are set in the ISMS policy. Then you go for internal audits. You do internal audits first, and you try to understand where the organization stands in terms of internal audits, what are the weaknesses, where are the gaps. And of course, this will be repeated as a continual improvement cycle throughout the implementation of the ISO 27001 process. What resources are available to help me implement it? ISO, national accreditation bodies, consultants, training providers, and online resources like the ISO 27001 toolkit. Uh, I would not say toolkit, I would say all the videos which are available on my channel. And on the toolkit, I would say that I have a Telegram, channel where you can subscribe, and the link is already provided on this channel, so you can go there. And it has a lot of different resources for you which can serve as a toolkit for you in order to implement ISO 27001 policies. Already I have shared a lot of videos where you can find out different policies, so you can refer them on the same channel, how to get the policies for free. There are different resources for that. And if you need any other like risk assessment, risk management sort of documentation, that you can find in the Telegram channel. How long does it get to take certified? It depends upon organization to organization, and complexity and existing security practices. Typically a small organization takes 6 to 12 months, but again, it depending upon the scope of the current implementation, this varies. Okay. So common controls in ISO 27001 are risk assessment. Of course, you have to do it. There is no bypassing it. Access control, you have to do it. Password policies, there is no bypassing. Data encryption, backups, incident management, and security awareness. These are the most common controls that all the organizations will implement. There is no bypassing them for sure. And after that, how does ISO 27001 address specific concern? Example, cloud security. So cloud security, you have to make sure that you have specific controls depending upon your scope that you have. If your scope includes cloud security, then there is a different certification as well for cloud security, ISO 27017, for making sure that you implement cloud specific controls. So you can use that one as well, and you can tailor the ISO 27001 implementation accordingly. Okay. I've already provided video on ISO 27017 27017, which is for cloud controls only. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comment section of this video also. I'll be more than happy to respond back. What are the common challenges in implementing ISO 27001? Many challenges are there. Only few have been highlighted here. Once you actually go for the implementation, you will understand. But yes, these are the major ones to start begin with. Lack of management buy-in is very important, because it's not easy to get management buy-in in terms of implementation, because you will not get cost approvals very easily, you will not get resource approvals very easily, and there will always be resource constraints in the environment. And even if you have implemented, the employee resistance to change will be a lot. If you implement policies, employees need to be made understand why you are doing it. If employees do not get the reason properly, if the employees do not understand that it is for them, if it is for their security, you won't be able to handle this change properly, and employee resistance will become a major issue. And last but not the least would be integrating with the existing processes, because sometimes the processes are made in order to support and promote the business activities. So here a lot of challenge will lie if you implement controls in those processes in case of any issues if you find in the in those processes, because that will introduce lag in the business processes, and business would never understand that, and they, for them business is always important. So here you would have to think very wisely how you can integrate controls within the existing business processes. This is very important. I hope this video you find useful, and please feel free to add any comments or any follow up questions if you have. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.